No, I just want to say, man, I pray that all of my brothers and sisters can come off of that Democrat plantation. I've been a Democrat all my life until Trump ran for office, and it wasn't just about Trump running for office that made me switch to a Republican. Like,
you are now tuning in to TNJ Radio Show.
So we're going to get to it real quick. So what do you think? Would Black America be better in your estimation? And what we mean by that is like majority Black people in America.
oh man, just I mean, you can answer that question by just driving around right now. Getting in your car, going to the Black neighborhood and going to the suburbs. Which one do you think is better? And it's like, with business and everything as far, I mean, everything, man, we sidestep everything we do as a people, man. And it's sad to see, you in the suburbs driving around and you driving past all the small businesses in the suburbs, and they got professional signs and stuff, in front of their business. Everything looks spotless and immaculate. And like, you go to the hood and, they got a painted on sign and, woodwork going on. So, we gotta step up our game, you know what I'm saying? As far as, our professionalism goes and as far as holding ourselves accountable as a community, as a people, we still have yet to do that, We had groups like the Black Panthers and stuff like that, but they didn't really do community outreach like that, and they're only in a few cities and states. So as a people, man, like, it's really going to take for us to be real with one another and be real with ourselves and look in the mirror as a community and stop pointing the finger,
That's good. That's good. So so you're in are you from South Florida?
No, I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I came down here in 2007, and I came down here with $250 in my pocket, man. I just had to get out of Cleveland. It was just so bad. There was just no opportunities or nothing there. So I just heard the voice of God tell me to go, and I just left.
Wow.
And God bless, man. I had a place to live the very next day after I got here. So that was all a blessing and a testimony. So all the races that live down south moved up north. That's what it really feels like. Because I've been down here, like I said, since 2007, and I haven't experienced no racism down south whatsoever, period.
Wow.
So it only felt like that when I go back home to visit home. So
wow. So does it matter to you if America is majority Black or white, and why?
Nah. It don't matter to me. I mean, it's been majority white, so we already seen what that is. So now that it's mixing up a lot, we don't have to worry about that no more.
Wow.
So we can't really, talk about. I hear a lot of people talking about things like, systemic racism don't exist and stuff like that, and that's all a lie by people who just don't know what systemic racism is. The systemic racism, they're looking, it's not nothing that you can see or look for. Systemic racism is a means to keep people disenfranchised. So what do? When you, if you live in a suburb right now, try moving to a Black community and see how much your insurance rate on your car jump up. Or go to a grocery store in a Black community versus a grocery store in a white community. And see the difference in the quality of food. And even the food that's on the shelf is even a better quality than what they sell in the Black grocery store. So it's like systemic racism is a hidden thing. It's not nothing that you can even see. So I think a lot of people miss the ball when it comes to that. But like all of these things, it's not white people that done none of this stuff to us, bro. Like me, I was saved I ain't gonna say I was saved because ain't none of us saved yet. But I received the Spirit back in 2013. And I was reading the Word. I got into the Word, studied the Word, and when you read the book of Deuteronomy, you'll see that it's all our fault that slavery happened to us. It's our fault that God put this in these people's heart to frown on us and look down on us because we transgressed against Him. So that's when we got to look in the mirror and see what we did and how we got ourselves to this level. And until we can get everybody to look in the mirror and stop pointing the finger, like right now everybody's pointing the finger at the white man, the white man, the white man. But it's us transgressing against God that God put that thing in the white man to hate us like that. You know, so that's what people got to wake up and realize. Black people aren't growing financially in this country because there's no financial literacy being taught in the black household. You know, I grew up, I had to learn everything on my own. Like, nobody taught me nothing about credit, about managing, balancing a bank account, about none of that. And I came up with both my parents in the house, and we lived in a middle class neighborhood. You know, and they still didn't teach me about that because that's just something that's not discussed in the black household. It's not in our schools. They don't teach it at home, and that's where we fail at. It's not being taught at home. That's where it's failing at. We can't even depend on the system to teach. These people don't care about us. So why would we sit here and depend on people to care about us that we know don't care about us? We got to care about ourselves and our children. It starts with care about our children right now. You know, it's like even if your parents didn't care about you and you got kids, care about your child. That's where it starts. I want to say, man, I pray that all of my brothers and sisters can come off of that Democrat plantation. I've been a Democrat all my life until Trump ran for office, and it wasn't just about Trump running for office that made me switch to a Republican. Like, you know, they gave me an opportunity in 2010 to work on a Celebrity Apprentice over a whole bunch of white companies, you know, and I was just a freelance black graphic designer, and he just saw my work and said, let him do it. So I ended up doing the graphic design for the whole season of 2010 Celebrity Apprentice. Wow. So when he ran for president and they came out and said, oh, he's racist, like I knew firsthand they was lying. So what does the Bible tell me about, you know, people that cast false, you know, cause a false witness on somebody? So and it was a movie that was put out by a filmmaker or his name is Denis D'Souza. I'm pretty sure you heard that name before. Yeah. But he put out a documentary called Hillary's America. And the title will throw you off. It had nothing really to do with Hillary Clinton. It was more of a documentary of the history of the Democrat Party. So when I watched that documentary, it was so full of factual information about like who was really behind our slavery and our injustices, and it all was the Democrat Party, bro. All was the Democrat Party. Like when the Republicans came, that's when we became free citizens. Wow. So if Martin Luther King was a Republican, you know, so, and then when you look up videos of Malcolm X on YouTube, what he says about black Democrats. So all of those things, you know, that just made me just wake up, you know, and I just hope everybody get a chance to wake up like that, bro, and free themselves from that depression.